Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well today, and of course, welcome back to the weekly, or I guess I should say almost, weekly Cars 3 diecast review. So yeah, I have some explaining to do as to why this review did not come out last weekend like it should have, but basically, I got super busy. I'll explain a little bit more later on in the video, but right now I want to get through all the introduction stuff as usual. So on my 4-wheel drive video a couple weeks ago, Danny Swervez won the poll. For the most part, you guys voted for him. Actually, he won by a big majority. 88% of the people who voted for Danny, which was 1,042 votes. That's a lot of votes. So thank you guys very much for voting as always. I really do appreciate it. I mean, if you guys didn't vote, I wouldn't know who to even review next. So I really appreciate that. And the options for next week's Cars 3 review are as follows. Buck Bearingley, using number 39. Paunchy Wipeout, bumper save number 90. Red Meeker, tank coat number 36. Smushums Jackson Storm. And the Disney Store, Gail Buford, who is Jackson Storm's semi-cab, who looks absolutely amazing. So feel free to vote on who you want me to review next. By the way, yeah, Jackson Storm, he's not an option. I'm sorry. That was a joke in there. I just actually found that at my Walmart store. I thought it'd be kind of cool to throw it in a video. I don't think I'll do a video on them because I already opened them up. They come in these little cylinders. They're actually kind of cool. They're pretty cheap. They're like little mystery things, so I thought that was pretty cool, worthy to show in a video. But now let's get into the review of Jackson Storm. So this is actually the pretty much first ever Cars 3 diecast review I have done in the package, because all the previous Cars 3 diecasts I've gotten came from China, loose from that seller called C. Emily Play Toys. So the description will be changed now because that's not the person who I got this from. Thank you so much, COOLection TV, my good friend on YouTube. You can check out his channel in the description below. There's a link to it. He does a lot of awesome Cars 3 videos. I mean, if you like my channel, you'll definitely like his channel as well. I definitely recommend it. And I really do appreciate him sending me some Cars 3 cars because he was actually able to find them at Fry stores near his area. So he was able to give me Buck Bearingley and some of the other ones I got as well that aren't as noticeable like the ones I already have reviewed, like Brick Yardley or Tim Treadless. I'm not going to show those now because they're kind of buried in a pile over here, but you guys get the idea. I really appreciate him doing that because I haven't been able to find any Cars 3 Mattel cars early yet. Maybe I'll find some soon. I mean, time is running out. May 1st is very nearby, so I don't think I'll find any soon, but whatever. Getting to Danny now, there are actually two versions of the package, one that says Danny, one that says Daniel, so I don't know which one's rare. I'm not entirely sure about that. I don't really know why there's a difference, so if you find a certain one, let me know which one you find. Or maybe if you see like a whole bunch of Dannys and you only see one Daniel, that would be very nice and insightful for me to know, and other collectors, because one is probably rarer than the other. On the back here we can see the Cars 3 description, which is on all of them. Unfortunately, there's not a description unique to the character, but it does say blindsided by a new generation of Piston Cup racers. Lightning McQueen finds himself suddenly pushed out of the sport he loves. To get back on top, he will need the help of a young race technician, inspiration from the late fabulous Hudson Hornet, and guidance from a few old friends along the way. So I'm pretty sure that's Cruz Ramirez, of course that's Doc Hudson, and guidance from a few old friends are probably, you know, the RS Townies and Smokey, along with some of the other cars that Doc Hudson used to race with, like Louise Barnstormer Nash, Junior Moon, and the other one is River Scott. On the back here, we can see Smokey, Brick Yardley, Buck Bearingley, Red Meeker, Cal Weathers, and Natalie Cern. All of these are available in the first wave of Cars 3 singles. They have been found in a lot of different places by now. Even Walmart and Target stores have been putting them out early, which is really surprising. But check your Walgreens. That's a store that has recently been getting them. But I'll be right back with this awesome diecast opened up. This will feel good, guys. The first ever Cars 3 package I've opened from Mattel. Alright guys, undoubtedly, this is one of my favorites, if not favorite, Cars 3 diecast yet. I mean, he is absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors, I love the expression, I love the model. He is just perfect in every way, at least right now. I haven't seen the movie yet. We've only seen a couple of pictures of him, but he looks awesome. So I'm just going to go right and say, yep, he is my favorite Cars 3 diecast so far. He beats Jackson Storm for me, Tim Treadless, and some of the other cool ones that we've seen as well. I mean, this guy is just absolutely amazing. Let me know what you guys think of him down in the comment section below. Seems like the biggest complaint, and justifiably so, is that his color is a little bit off. He is definitely blue. He's verging a little bit on purple, but definitely, for the most part, he's blue. Whereas I think he should be a little bit more purple, like the Disney Store version right here. This is one of the Disney Store cars I did pick up recently, and you can see that he's purple. Without a doubt. More of a lavender color, I guess you could say. Whereas the Mattel version is definitely blue without a doubt, especially when you put them side by side like this. So I guess I could say I'm a little bit disappointed in that department, but I think he's still awesome. And it's actually kind of cool to have two different versions. It gives me a little bit more of an incentive to buy this, or now looking back, it gave me more of an incentive to buy it because I'm actually really happy about this Disney Store Daniel Swervez. And I might review it in a future video, but right now I'm just going to put it off to the side here. So let's talk about his appearance in Cars 3. He will be voiced by Daniel Suarez, who's a real-life NASCAR driver. He's one of the, how should I say this, NASCAR drivers in real life that will get a car in the movie based on him. Or her, because Shannon Spake is getting Shannon Spokes, who we'll come back to actually in a couple moments here. But yeah, he's one of those guys. And we've seen him in a couple trailers pretty much just falling behind Jackson Storm, coming in front of McQueen during one of the races. I think he might have been shown elsewhere too. So it seems like he will speak. Well, obviously he will speak. And it seems like he might be somewhat of an antagonist. As you guys have probably noticed, they're definitely marketing all of the next generation racers as mean. Look at them all. They look super mean and angry. Whereas all the stock cars are like super happy and nice, right? So it definitely seems to be that way. And that leads me to believe that all the next gens will be kind of antagonistic or kind of mean or boastful just because they think they're the best on the track nowadays. I'm not entirely sure if that's the case with Daniel here. I think it's definitely possible. So I'm just going to put that out there that he might be somewhat of a mean guy, I guess you could say. And we haven't actually really seen much of him. Like I said, just a couple little glimpses of him in some trailers. I'll show those glimpses here on screen. So for his releases, he's getting released obviously as a single, as well as in a 5-pack. Not entirely sure of where it will be sold, because usually multi-packs are exclusive to certain stores like Target or Toys R Us. Walmart typically only goes up to 3 packs, and so I think it will be exclusive to most likely Target, but then again it might be Toys R Us as well, or maybe even both. Really, we don't know just yet. And that 5-pack will include Jackson Storm, Rick Yardley, Lightning McQueen, and the first look of Shannon Spokes, who is based on the real-life NASCAR announcer, I believe, Shannon Spake. I think that is her last name. Might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm definitely looking forward to her. Not looking forward to buying the 5-pack and only getting one new car, though. That's definitely not the best thing. But oh well. And now let's dive right into the review of the actual diecast, which, like I said, is just stunning. I love him. So, we have the determined expression, which looks pretty accurate to what would be in the movie. I like it. On the hood, a very simple design. We have OG, obviously standing for Octane Gain. And then small, simple, modern text right there. It says Octane Gain Plus. So this is more of an improvement from just regular Octane Gain, I guess. But yeah, it does have a little plus there. And it does say Turbo Vitamins, which is the product that they make. So I assume some performance enhancing drug, but it's definitely legal. You know, we usually kind of associate illegal stuff with performance enhancing drugs, but this is definitely illegal, obviously, because it's a big company in the cars world. So in gold here, we have 19, and then his secondary contingency sponsors, the Piston Cup, Combustor, Carbon Cyber, and Synergy. We have yet to see racers for Carbon Cyber or Synergy. At least, what I mean is racers as in actual racers. I mean, I think we've seen them maybe in the trailers, but as in terms of diecast cars. I like his rims. Whoa, the lighting is getting super weird. Sorry about that, guys. I always say my camera is not a fan of blue and yellowish combinations, but we have Lightyear tires. They're a lot thinner though. It does say Lightyear in that white area right there. I like the orange trim to the black rims there. And of course, this nice gold foil design. You can see OG just kind of really repetitively going throughout it, which is awesome. I love how modern that makes him look. He just looks amazing. That's a great feature to him. We have Octane Gain again here, a very small plus sign. There's his gas cap, which is actually an indentation into the metal. Another great feature. OG, I like how they're two different colors there for the letters. On the back here, there are his rookie stripes. I think that this is an awesome thing they did for him. They made the stripes kind of go in with the design, so it kind of looks like the gold foil. I like that a lot because it makes sense. Like companies, they don't really want to broadcast like, hey, this is a rookie. He's new to the whole thing. I like how they kind of subtly added that in. Great job on Disney and Pixar's part there. Whoever designed this guy. Octane Gain again, Turbo Vitamins, 19 over here on the left. His spoiler, Octane Gain, Turbo Vitamins, and there you can see the plus sign quite a bit bigger. 19 roof flaps there. Here's the base. There aren't as many codes as I thought there'd be, which is a good thing. It makes it look nice and clean. So that's pretty much it for Danny, or Daniel, whichever one you want to call him. There is a little bit more gold foil up here, by the way, as well. One quick thing I wanted to mention before we dive into some comparisons. I did make a mistake when I was talking about the performance enhancing drug turbo vitamin thing. I said that was actually illegal. I meant to say illegal. I'll try to put a little subtitle in to actually correct that, but I might forget or overhear it when I'm actually going through the whole thing in my editing software. So I just wanted to mention that because I contradicted myself. But anyway, let's compare him first to some other next gens before we get into the big Team Octane game back there, who most likely will end up being the biggest team ever in the Cars universe alongside Dinoco. Actually, Dinoco is probably going to be the biggest one. I overlooked that Cruz is technically part of Team Dinoco now. I kind of forgot that. Here we have the next generation Nitro racer, Tim Treadless. He looks awesome, but not as awesome as Danny Swervez, at least in my opinion. Now, one thing that I like about both of them is that they're different models. So far, for all the next gen racers from Cars 3, they're all different castings. So we have Jackson Storm, Danny, Tim, and technically Cruz Ramirez as well. She would be considered a next gen racer. So since we only have 4 and 2 of them are main characters always usually have unique models. We really can't expect in the future that especially Danny and Tim will be repainted, because if we take a look at the stock cars, there are repeat models, and Cars 1 for all the Piston Cup racers, there are only really 3 types of Piston Cup models, like Nitro, Leakless, and RPM is how we usually distinguish them because those were the first ones released. And then all the ones after that were either models of Nitro, Leakless, or RPM. So I'm sorry, it gets a little confusing there, but that seems like what they're going to do for Cars 3 as well. For example, here's one of the stock car models for Cars 3, starting with Bobby Swift and followed by Tank Coat. Combustor is the same model as these two as well. And that's just one example. Brick Yardley and the Fogo Drive Racer are the same as well. So it's only natural to assume that they'll do the same for the next gen racers, but so far, Mattel has released a lot more stock cars than next gen. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see until they release more of the next gens in the future, which I'm sure they will, no doubt in my mind. So now let's compare this guy to the rest of Team Octane Gain. There aren't really many similarities at all because he is so advanced and next gen, even the decals are entirely different, because when we compared Bobby to Billy Oil Changer here, there were quite a bit of similarities within the decals, but now the decals are completely different as well. By the way, if you'd like to see my review of Bobby, you can check out the description below. I reviewed him about a month ago, I believe. So, you can see how much it has evolved over 11 years. And really, Bobby actually is pretty recent as well. So you have Billy Oil Changer from Cars 1, Bobby Swift Cars 3, and Daniel Swervez from Cars 3 as well. Let me know in the comment section which one is your favorite. I'm going to have to go with Danny Swervez just because he looks so awesome with the gold foil. I really like him a lot. He definitely looks like an upgraded next-gen version of Bobby Swift. And compared to the Cars 1 version, they look nothing alike at all. I mean, just take a look at the decals. You have a blocky font for Octane Gain there, and now for Danny, you have a very thin, modern-looking font with the OG in the background. So they definitely completely redid all their branding for Octane Gain, which is awesome. It makes sense because as companies, move on in time, they will change their branding. It's natural. It happens in the real world, like at Walmart or Google. I know they've had some changes in the past as well. So now we're going to kind of bring together the entire Team Octane Gain all the way from 2006 to 2017. Now, just recently, people have been finding the Bobby Swift hauler at Walmart stores in the USA. I hope to find him soon, but I probably won't find him and review him until after May 1st because, a lot of people have been finding Cars stuff early. I, myself, haven't found one single Cars 3 diecast from Mattel yet. I found Disney Store stuff, but that's because they were actually officially released there. The official release date for the Mattel stuff is not until May 1st, so it seems like all my stores are staying true to that. So just look on my channel after May 1st for an entire inundation of Cars 3 reviews. So anyways guys, let me know in the comment section below which Octane Gain racer is your favorite. Like I said earlier, Danny is probably my favorite in terms of design, but probably when I see the movie, I might like Bobby more in terms of personality and character because I think personally that Danny will be somewhat antagonistic. I mean, just look at him. He looks really mean, especially compared to Bobby. And it's actually really cool that all three of these are different colors. You have orange, blue, and purple, even though Danny probably should be more on the purple side like I showed with that Disney Store version. Yeah, I think he should be a little bit more purple, but it's okay. Just one little final comparison between all three so you guys can formulate your decision. It's kind of like all the orange on Bobby just kind of got like goldified. I know that's not a word, but that's what I think. I mean, it kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Just a little bit. Bobby is not a rookie, by the way, even though he has those stripes kind of back there. But yeah, the designs kind of with the orange flakes or patterns, whatever you want to call them, are kind of the same because they're coming up around the window, wrapping around the bumper there. So, sorry guys for droning on, but like I said, this is one of my absolute favorite Cars 3 diecasts and absolute favorite cars in general now. I mean, he definitely is probably in my top 50 for all cars in total out of the thousands that Mattel has made. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time for another review. Again, I apologize for this one coming out so late. I just got really busy with homework, school, life, and work. I started work for the first time this year last weekend. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.